Hello and welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5 minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe, all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. X-Men 97 by Hasbro's Marvel Legends, in particular Wolverine. This is based on, of course, the upcoming show X-Men 97 that's a follow-on from X-Men the Animated Series. Give us another yellow suited Wolverine, or just give us another Wolverine figure is what, of course, all collectors will call it out, because we've only had about 750 Wolverines so far. But you know what? I kind of eat my hat, because this one does kind of take a biscuit and becomes the best one out of all of them, which is really bizarre. Now, a yellow suited Wolverine based on the comic books and of course the animated series is something that a lot of collectors wanted. They wanted that classic Wolverine in his sort of signature look, and we have had a few different versions of him over the years. We've had versions of him with hats on, versions of him with shirts off, we've had versions of him with angry faces, with calm faces, with battle damaged cows, we've had him with glowing claws, we've had him with bone claws. You know, there's been so many different versions of Wolverine over the years, but we have only recently had a very decent, very decent yellow suited Wolverine, and that of course was the VHS retro kind of box set, which, looking at those VHS box sets now, do feel like a little bit of a kind of taking the mick out of us a little bit, because we all bought them up thinking that they were the closest we were going to get to an animated version of the characters, and then lo and behold, X-Men 97 kind of gets announced, and there's an X-Men 97 wave coming out. So, and I'm sure there'll be another wave as well. But I digress. Let's talk about the figure. This is definitely the best version we've had of him. He is pinless, which is really good and looks really good for the aesthetics. One thing they have missed is they've got sculpted arm hair here, but they haven't shaded it, which is a shame. It just kind of makes it look like he's got burns on his arms as opposed to hair. And Wolverine, of course, was a very hairy guy. It does come with an unmasked head and the cow. Now, that's not a new piece of accessory. We've seen that cow piece with so many different box sets and figures over the years, but it does work if you're using the unmasked head. Now, he does have the great big kind of earpieces on his mask, which again, based on the comic book and based on the animated show, he had that kind of oversized cow wings, but they're the same size as the ones that we got in the VHS box. So it's essentially the same figure, just not this one is pinless, and the claws look slightly different as well, in my opinion. We'll have a look at them side by side. Let me grab him. Here he is. Here's the cell shaded one. Now, the cell shaded one is very good, and the masked head definitely looks a lot more in keeping with Wolverine. He's kind of angry, he's growling. Again, they didn't paint the arm hair on him, but hey ho. The skin tone looks a little bit more tanned in this new version, and I just think when you look at them side by side, he is definitely the more superior version, the newer version. The pinless tech on him definitely makes a difference, and it is nice to kind of receive a Wolverine and there be some significant differences that make him better than the previous one. Another thing that's ever so slight that I didn't notice as part of the promotional packaging stuff, here's the unmasked head as well. It's a very nice, very detailed unmasked head. But yeah, the thing that I didn't notice was his pants, his sort of trunks. On the cell shaded one, they are essentially like pants, but on the new version, on the X-Men 97 version, they look a lot more like trunks, which actually does make a big difference when you're looking at the figure. Now that I've said that, if you look at the two side by side, the trunks definitely look a lot more kind of aesthetically pleasing than just the painted lower half of his torso in blue. The blue isn't as vibrant on this new version, but it kind of works. It kind of looks okay, it looks decent. I would have liked to have had the blue from the VHS box set on this new version, and then it would have just made it absolutely perfect. But all in all, I think this is going to be my definitive yellow suit Wolverine. This is going to be the Wolverine that I put front and center of my X-Men collection, because the pinless element makes a massive difference, and I am so pleased that they've got away from those horrible Wolverine claws that we had years ago that just kind of fell out and went left and right and all the rest of it, and given us these new versions. And he's got butterfly joints in his shoulders, so you can do that kind of iconic crossed claws pose. I'm not going to mess around with his kind of posing and articulation too much at the moment, but you can get him into some very cool poses. But there we go, that is Wolverine. Please do like, share, subscribe and all those things. Do check out my channel for the rest of the wave as well. But Wolverine, great figure. Thanks for watching.